welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sharon, aka the Melanin Nostalgic Runner, and we're doing another Get Fit With Me series, yoga edition, and we're trying another YouTuber out. I've tried her before, and yeah, without getting in my business too much, whatever. We're all grown, right? The time is going to be starting soon. You know, it's natural. And so I figured this would be a perfect time to get back to this practice. Her and the person who I'm talking about is Live Fertile. She actually specializes in fertility for women when it comes to like exercise, health, fitness, and wellness. And she's also melanin, so fitting the theme of this channel. But one of the things that she has, which, oh my gosh, I never thought I needed this until I saw it. She has the phase of a practice dedicated towards, I'm going to put the phrase here, but also known as a time when you're PMSing. Let's just get the technicalities out of the way. That time when you're just a little, you know, she has that there for you, ready to go. It is actually going to be another chilled yoga session. This one is going to be yin yoga, and looks like it's going to be roughly 20 minutes. So, and looks like she uploaded this video about a year ago. So it is, it looks good from the thumbnail. And I do remember last time I did her practice, I enjoyed it. And she actually commented on my video to, you know, show appreciation. So I was like, oh, first YouTuber who's like, hey, what's up? But anyway, sorry. I'm still new to this, not true to this. So anytime I get any type of like positive vibes, I'm for it. So anyway, let's go ahead and give this a go. And we're going to get right to it. So we are going to start in seated position for this practice today. I should mention for yin yoga, most of the poses that we're going to be doing, we're going to be holding it for about 2 to 3 minutes. So we're definitely going to be mix and mastering this video. So you won't be seeing me doing that the whole entire time, but just letting you know that is how the practice goes. So the next pose we're doing right now is kind of like a modified side ankle pose, but just instead of standing, we're on our knees doing that. Can we step out of this It might go without saying, but I will just mention we're going to be doing this pose on both sides. Once we do this pose on both sides, we do transition back over to a tabletop where we kind of do like a modified version of a cat-cow and just kind of rotating our hips. The main purpose is to rotate the hips and loosen those things up, just because during this certain time, that's usually when things are tight, it doesn't feel the best. So this is why we're doing that. Once we finish doing this rotation, we are going to transition to an extended child's pose. Can we step out of this the extended child's pose, we go back to kneeling on our knees and kind of just doing a resting pose on our knees. Now, from this point, I do distinctly remember she had us doing some other poses that were related to the knees, but because your girl's hamstrings and legs are tight as hell from just being a runner, I was not able to do the pose any justice. So I would highly suggest, if you're someone who's a little bit more on the flexible side, you go to her and do that with her, because child, no, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Can we step out of this time machine, turn around, cause with you, we move so quickly, slow it down. There it is. Your girl is struggle busting right here. This is the point of the video where it wasn't happening. Not happening, Captain. Not happening. The pose is slightly better on the opposite side, but it still is not quite it. Once we complete kind of like the stretches on our hamstrings and then like basically being on our knees a lot, we're going to transition over to a seated pose. Correction, I mean transitioning to lying on our back. Kind of a corpse pose and staying in that position for about a couple minutes. We are now having our knees up and kind of doing one-legged happy baby pose, just stretching things out, and we're going to be doing that both sides. Basically, for me, that's what it ends up being, but in actuality, if you have a strap, which I do not, this should have been kind of like a leg stretch, but because I have a really tight legs, this is how it looks. It looks for me kind of more of like a happy baby pose on one leg. Can we step out of this From doing this pose on both sides, we now are going to then put our feet as wide as the yoga mat after doing so, and then placing our knees together to kind of do a little bit like of a resting pose after doing that. From doing that, we are then going to reverse the pose and do a seated basically like a lying down cobbler pose. Can we step out of this time machine? Now we are at the point where we're going to be slowly closing our practice and ending up in corpse pose. So that concludes the practice for today. And it's it's Lilia phase. And one thing that she did mention at the very beginning of the video, which I very much appreciated, which is really cool, is that besides, for those who are not trying to have kids right away, it also is to help ramp that up if you're trying to make that happen during that phase, because it's basically the phase between ovulation and, the period. So that was one thing I definitely appreciated, and I just totally dropped my remote and it shattered. Yeah, anyway, for those who don't know me, I am not graceful. I'm very naturally clumsy, actually. So this was part of a course, and I actually now need to double check to make sure. Okay, so one of the things I want to mention, and I got distracted because I dropped this, but he fixed it. So one of the things that I also noticed at the very beginning of the video that she mentioned, and I've only been on the channel a couple other times, but I haven't really had the chance to really watch all her stuff. I'm going to clearly review and watch more of her things. But she's also a dietitian. And also, if you want some health and wellness just stuff, that especially if you're someone, whether you yourself are a woman or you have women in your life that you need to know more about biologically, I would recommend, just saying. But anyway, so to the video though, the 20-minute video. I definitely did have an area where I was struggling with a little bit, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that I did not mention this. So I have been training for a half marathon again. And I ran 8 miles yesterday and ran 4 today, which is the most amount of mileage I've done consecutively in a very, very long time. And your girl is sore. She's sore. And as a runner, my hamstrings are never giving what needs to be gave from a yoga perspective. I do yoga so that I can have some range of motion, but it's not going to be comparison to those who practice yoga on the YouTube streets, which is also the other reason why I like to review those people and have you guys do the routine yourself, because you shouldn't be relying on your girl over here, because I ain't flexible. Okay. I just need to call that out. So, but anyway, how I would rate her routine, I would rate it an 8. Because one thing I also did like, besides her giving that nugget of like information about herself, which is very personable and also too informative if you need more information and all that stuff, because I'm actually going to go and check some of that stuff out. Also, the other thing that I did like about her a lot is that and just like most yoga instructors, she did say, hey, do what works for you. And the other thing I appreciated was right before you even start the video, on the thumbnail and everything, it said it was yin yoga. And maybe for those who are newer to the practice, you may not know what that is. But since I do have some experience with doing yoga, even though I know yoga is a practice. Let's just say that. Okay. And that I practice hard. I do. I try. And with yin yoga though, that is going to be more of a practice where it's not going to be flowy. So you at least know what you're getting yourself into. And it's also going to be where you're holding poses. So I felt like I needed to do it because of how sore I am, and also because what's going on. So that was the other reason why I decided I was going to do this today. But she has plenty of other ones that related to that time too, that isn't just that. So I'm going to definitely check out more of her stuff. And just get more information, because wow. her channel is so niche and I love it. Like, I'm a fan. I'm fangirling a little bit, also because she shot me out. But outside that, I am actually really, really impressed by like what she does. It's really, really cool. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy the content. You saw Whisper made her appearance like she always will. She knew it was about women empowerment over here, right? But please like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. It's your girl Sharon, aka the Melanin Nostalgic Runner. And I will see you next time. Bye.